The USA has just ordered the radiation drugs, at $290 million. Anti-radiation drugs, that is, why do we need anti-radiation drugs? In general, it is to cope with the consequences of an atomic war. $290 million worth of drugs to deliver to the American population, for what reason? Do you see where we are going? 200. The name of the drug is Nplate, obviously $290 million that will go into someone's pocket. It's not free. I think it would have touched me if this pharmaceutical company had kindly offered these drugs. It's not free, you have to pay $290 million for these drugs. So let's talk a little bit. We have a bad guy somewhere who is attacking everybody, he wants to destroy everybody, and I'm a drug company. Why don't I say, take this for free? Unless I have a little cooperation or a deal with the person who is pushing everyone to buy this product. Don't you think? You know, I'm not accusing anyone, but if you have plenty of water at home, and we're at war, people are suffering, aren't you going to tell people to come and take? That is, you have your water well, it is war, people are suffering, you will naturally help for free. But if you have to pay for your water, it becomes complicated. The USA has placed an order for medicines worth $290 million, to protect its population against a possible atomic explosion. Ukraine has done the same. The European Union has sent 50 million medicines to be distributed to the Ukrainian population. This product contains potassium iodide, it helps to fight against radiation. So it's a way to prevent the damage of a nuclear war, or it's a sales strategy. I mean, either you know that a nuclear war is coming and you want to protect yourself from radiation, or it's just a scare tactic to sell and make a profit. Either way, the situation has changed. For those who know, the bridge linking Crimea to Russia has been bombed. You know, the Crimea that once belonged to Ukraine was recovered by Russia, and this event was celebrated on television. You know that some time ago, the media shared the news that the Ukrainians were beating the Russian army. And in this movement, the Ukrainians bombed the bridge that links Crimea to Russia. Some time later, Russia struck hard. It blew up several Ukrainian cities, including Kiev, which is the capital of Ukraine. And this scared people. This just shows us that Russia has not yet used all its military resources. And as President Vladimir Putin said, he is not at war with the Ukrainian population, he does not want to destroy the infrastructure of the country. I think this is a response to let the Ukrainians know that, if you attack the Russian infrastructure, we will respond in accordance with what you do. Who is the winner in all this? Who really wants the war? You know, at one point in the conflict, Russia and Ukraine were starting to get along, they even decided to talk to try to find a solution. But the Ukrainians were asked to stop this maneuver, and it was from this moment that they started to send weapons to Ukraine to continue the war. Of course, these weapons are not free, you have to pay for them. And since Ukraine does not have the money to pay for these weapons now, it will be in debt for years to come to pay for these weapons. Who is right? Russia or Europe? Europe wants to keep its strong position. Russia says that if NATO expands into Ukraine, it is an imminent danger to Russian security. This is obviously for those who know. We will repeat once again and as much as necessary. In the 60s, the Russians sent missiles to Cuba. The Americans stopped these missiles in the water so that they would not reach Cuba. Because it was an imminent danger to American security. Don't the Russians have the same privilege? Don't they have the right to refuse that missiles are present right next to their door? That is, in Ukraine? Because a missile obviously, leaving Ukraine for Russia, would take only 5 minutes to reach its explosive destination. This is the reason why Vladimir Putin does not want NATO presence in Ukraine. Vladimir Putin has just appointed a new general in the name of Sergei Surovikin. He is a brutal general who has no respect for life. He has been nicknamed General Armageddon. He has done incredible things wherever Russia has intervened, for example in Chechnya, as well as in 2014 when Russia recovered the Crimea. whereas the previous general was a very passive person. Now things have changed, it is clear. Russia's response to the recent bridge explosion in the Crimea was by General Armageddon. I think the message is clear: we can wait for you if we want, but we do not. If you touch us infrastructure, we will destroy you completely. Now I think things have changed, things are serious, it's clear. The United States orders what they have to order as medicine for the population. Ukraine has done the same. Now I think things have changed. The danger with the atomic bomb is not only the explosion, there is also the radiation. It kills you with a small fire, it is horrible. So these medicines are taken as prophylaxis, that is to say as a preventive measure against the consequences of exposure to radiation. And in this kind of situation, it is the population that will suffer. Very recently, President Zelensky asked for a preventive nuclear attack on Russia. This is very dangerous, I think it is very dangerous. To attack Russia in a nuclear way, to prevent a nuclear attack from Russia, is this a responsible decision? Does the Ukrainian population want this? You have to ask yourself this question. Do you think that all Europeans want to live in the present difficulties? I do not think so. Do all Europeans want to live in inflation? I don't think so. It's obviously a group of people, the elite, who are benefiting in some way from what is happening today, through sponsorship, people who have sponsored them medically. Nplate drugs will not be free, you have to pay money. Everything that Europe sends to Ukraine today to protect the Ukrainian people from radiation will not be free, you have to pay for it. Who wins? Weapons are not free, who wins? The price of oil is going up, who wins? Do the rich have a role in what is happening in politics right now? Absolutely. The war generally is not a war between people. If you look at it, it's often an incitement of people. It doesn't matter who is right in this story, the most important thing is the people. The war generally is, every day people lose their lives, people lose their habits. Children lose their parents, wives lose their husbands, families are separated and broken up, all so that one group of people can make a profit. This video is already coming to an end. Thank you for watching. Especially don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell to continue watching our next videos.